peers than kids that were not taught to think for themselves. So that brings up the helicopter drill sergeant parents, right? So everybody knows a helicopter parent, right?
Yes, thank you.
and everybody's done it. I own part of that, right? If I could wrap my kids in bubble wrap, I would wrap my kids in, I would have had them wrapped when they were babies and not have taken it off yet, right? And people will make fun of me about that. And I'm like, and they think they're being funny. The man in this room has always said this to me, what, you want to wrap him in bubble wrap? And he thinks he's funny. And my response is always, yeah, if I could, I would. So I get that whole helicopter parenting part, right? Helicopter parents are there hovering and rescuing them all the time. They don't want them to feel sadness. They don't want them to feel guilt. They don't want them to be embarrassed. We don't want them to feel shame, right? This is what the helicopter parent does. These kids are not able to think for themselves. They will expect in life someone to always save them. And it doesn't matter who is saving them, right? Because it doesn't have to be you. They will find someone else to do it, and someone else that you might not like. Okay? Now the drill sergeant parent is the one that expects the children to obey because they said so. You will do what I say because I said it. Do it and do it now. And don't ask me questions about it. You are to do it because I said for you to do it, and that's it. These are great little followers. They are perfect followers. They will listen and obey everybody. They are great followers. They will obey anybody. Yes, you will snort this line of cocaine. That is what we're doing now. Yes, that's what we're doing. All right. They don't ask questions. They don't talk back. They just go with it, right? The authority, the leader has told me this is what I'm doing. That's what they do. So these are not working in your best interest in adolescents, right? This is time to potentially rethink that. Now, this is not the time to give them all the freedom in the world. But it's also not the time to decide, oh yeah, we are going to have to rein all this in, change all the rules, and make everything way more strict, just because they're going into adolescence. That's not okay either, right? There is going to have to be a balance. Let's see. Have you noticed that kids do not care about the consequences when they come from someone that they don't love or don't respect? And that includes you, right? If they don't respect you, they don't care about the consequence, right? Now, we talk about that all the time. I talk about respect and trust. And respect and trust starts with you. It is not the other way around. It is not my kids are supposed to respect me and I'm supposed to trust my kids. That goes the other way, and that started when they were really little, right? It started with doing what you say you were going to do when they were little, following through on the things that you said. This is about respect and trust. They have to trust you first. You are the one that role models respect to them. So you have to respect them, even when they're little, right? You have to respect a 6-year-old. You respect a 3-year-old. You respect your middle schoolers. We respect their space. We respect their time. We respect their opinion, right? Do you go cut the TV off when they're in the middle of watching a show? You know what I mean? Do you do these kinds of disrespectful things and then expect them to respect you? You are the one, you are the role model that teaches how to do that first. And you teach them how you treat them and how they see you and your partner treat each other and how they see you in other relationships in your life, right? Are you kind? Are you good to your friends, right? Are you good to strangers? Are you good to each other? This is how kids learn about respect. So not respecting them and then expecting them to respect you is dumb, right? That doesn't even make sense. But yet people do it all the time. Right? The other thing that cracks me up, and this just popped in my head, is that we tell kids all the time to calm down. Calm down. You need to just calm down. Do you know that that's something that we've never taught kids? We've never taught kids how to calm down. Have you ever actually taught your kid how to calm down? Or do you just say the words calm down and expect them to know what you're talking about? Right? It's kind of the same thing. You are to respect me. Well, then you actually have to teach them what that means, what that looks like. And disrespecting them is not the way to do it. Okay. All right, so you want to stay involved in their lives in adolescence. You want to know their friends. You want to have their friends over. Have them over for meals. I love meal times with kids, okay? Because then you get to hear the conversations. So everybody sits around the table and you just have a meal. It's not like the Inquisition, right? We're not grilling them for information. But you can ask some questions, and then you can hear how they respond to each other and what they talk about what they volunteer, what they say about their family, right? This is a great way to just know their friends and know who they are around right now. Our friends tend to reflect who we are, right? Where we are emotionally. And adolescents, it's kind of a little different because they are trying on different ways to be, right? Like we have a friend pool that is really similar in beliefs and ideas and the way they feel and love and their families, right? Our core group of friends is of the same belief system that we are. In adolescence, it's a little off kilter because they're trying to figure out that. You know, do they want to be with this friend who's more grunge and independent and extreme and seems like a lot of fun, and let's go try that on for a little while, right? It doesn't mean that the friend is bad. That's why you have them over, so you can have a conversation and hear the way they talk. You know, they might be fantastic kids. They just look a little bit crazy right now because they're trying on something else. Okay. Setting limits with them is going to be significant, but nothing that's going to go crazy, right? You need to set limits like you've always set limits with your kids. Curfew is something that I always think about with kids in setting limits. Curfew is something that should be discussed at the moment for each individual event. Okay, so there's a curfew, right? Like a legal curfew. So the legal curfew, I looked it up. So kids 16 and under have to be home by 10, Monday through Thursday, and 11 on the weekends, okay? Kids 17 and 18, their curfew is at 11, Monday through Thursday, and midnight on Friday and Saturday, okay? So that's the legal part. So then there's your part, right? Like your house and your family. So your child needs to go to a friend's house to work on a project, right? It's Tuesday night, they have something for school that they need to work on. That's great. How much time do you need? You know, what is a good time for that? Because if you say, okay, well, you need to be back before curfew, well, they're going to stay out until curfew. When they were done at 8, and they could have come home at 8, but they're not going to come home at 8, not now, because now they don't have to be home until 10, right? So each individual night, it should be different, and it should be a conversation. It's not, okay, well, then you need to be home by 8. No, it should be, how much time do you need? What time do you think you can be home? Right? Now they could say 10, and then you can go, is that really how much time you need? Because it's kind of late, it's a school night. What if we did it earlier than that? What do you think that could be? 9:59. And that's when you go, okay, so we could make it 8. Or we can have a conversation, because now you're not even participating. So let's try it again. Right? And see if they can come up. Okay, I can do it by like 9:30. I can do it by 9. And say, okay, right, so I'll see you at 9. But each event should be different. There shouldn't just be a blank 10 o'clock rule, or an 11 o'clock rule, or midnight rule, right? This is also goes to knowing their friends and where they are and who they're with.